Hey YouTube, welcome to Rolex 24 Weekend. And in honor of Rolex 24 Weekend, we're going to review a Daytona prototype Spark model. It is going to be on the 2006 Lexus Riley DP that won in 2006 with Casey Mears, Scott Dixon, and the late Dan Weldon. We have definitely missed Dan on the track. Dan was absolutely a badass driver. You know, I'm glad to see him get a Rolex win. This was the start of a 3-year tenure of the Chip Ganassi racing team winning the 24 Hours of Daytona. So much that in 2006, when this car won, this is the same exact chassis that they used when they won in 2015. When Dan died in 2011, chassis 02, which is this car, was retired by Ganassi. It was never to be run again. But when 2015 came up and the opportunity came to run their IndyCar and their NASCAR drivers over in the 2015 Rolex, they whipped the 02 chassis out again, and it led to a victory overall in the Rolex 24 at Daytona in 2015, and therefore right after that the chassis was immediately retired. So, fun fact, if you want to talk cost-effective racing, sports car racing is definitely cost efficient, especially in the Grand Am days, where you basically had Chip Ganassi run the same exact car, literally, like chassis 01 with Scott Pruitt, remember Rojas. That car was the same car from 2003 all the way to 2016. Same car. It ran every race, never got totaled, nothing. Paid for one chassis, got many different air bits, of course. Of course, they had different body work in the coming years. But this is the first generation Daytona prototypes. And let's see about this sucker right here. Let's review it. So we got the box, which says sparkmodel.com. Of course, this is the Daytona prototype editions. This box is a little bit beat up, unfortunately. I think the box really didn't come in great condition from the eBay seller I got it from, but that's alright. Daytona prototypes, the configuration of the Daytona road course, sparkmodel.com if you want to see what the latest models are coming out. This is made in Macau, China. And you got Minimax, which is a brand of Spark. And this is the model itself right here. Let's take this thing out. And of course, Spark... Oh, that didn't work out too well. Of course, so Spark has the classic Rolex 24 starting grid back in the back of the box. And now let's take the sucker out. Let's see if this thing taped. Yeah, this thing's taped. Let's see here. Let's see here. Open her up. There we go. Sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a little time to get a little tender loving care to get this thing out of here. And here she is right in front of you. So there we go. Absolute beauty. When I think of these DPs here, this is definitely what my childhood was. I regret not watching the ALMS when I was a kid because of all the classic cars that ran that series as well, with all the LMP1 cars, the cars that ran Le Mans, P2s, P2s going to get P1. But Grand Am was mostly my childhood, and I remember fondly these cars racing, and the Rolex 24 was always one of my favorite races to watch. And I used to be just an only Rolex 24 fan years ago. But as I grew older and I got to know sports car racing a lot more, it has become one of my main focuses on motorsports, period. So much that, I do Sebring every year, I go to Watkins Glen every year, I go to Lime Rock every year, and of course I do Petit Le Mans every year. I was going to do the Rolex this year, but with my job situation, I don't think it was the best way to doing things. So I think next year for 2021, and especially 2022, when the new regulations come in, that's when I'm going to want to hit up Daytona with... I'll sell my soul to the devil if I have to show up to that race. Let's see, here we go though. On the front of the car, we got 02. Remember when Grand Am used to have their own custom numbers years ago? It wasn't class numbers. Yeah, I remember those days. But it makes it easier for the class numbers, I'll tell you that. Target, that's a little off-center though. Got the Rolex 24 logo. You got Target, Havoline and Comp USA, Lexus. On this side we got Rolex Sports Car Series, excuse me, that wasn't the Rolex 24 logo. Sunoco, 02. Casey Mears, Scott Dixon and Dan Weldon, Target, Chip Ganassi Racing, Lexus, Rolex 24 at Daytona, Bosch Snap-on TRD, Extract. What the hell is that? Don't know. And so we got Energizer, Fujifilm, and Nicorette on the back engine cover. Got Target. Back of the car, nothing. That was pretty cool what the DPs looked like years ago in the back end of them. And this side the same as the left. Of course, you got the big Target logo on the roof and a bunch of little Target logos on the side coming down here. So really, this is a really cool looking car. I love the DPs. These are fantastic looking Spark models. Definitely one to pick up in your collection. I am really happy about this one. Just outstanding car. I'm very happy about this thing. So here we go. I will say that if you have to pick one Spark model of the DPs, because they're making the 07, the 2011, or the 2013, I think it's 2011 they're making. They're also making the Wayne Taylor Racing car. They're also making Buddy Rice's car, the Red Bull car. They're making, I believe, the Action Express car. I believe they're making one of the Brumos Porsches. I believe they're making the 09 one. I'm not mistaken. But Spark's got plenty of good ones out there. This is high on the list, but the one I'm most excited for is, of course, the 2007 one with Scott Pruitt, Memo Rojas, Juan Montoya, and I believe Salvador Duran, I think, drove that car as well. Kevin's probably going to yell at me if I got all those drivers' name wrong. But anyways, beautiful car. Let's go over some of the little colors on this car. Main colors are white and red. Front of the car is mainly colored white. Got the side of the car here, which is colored red. Headlights are colored red. The red continues all throughout the side of the car. Above that, it is just white. Where the Lexus logo is, that is all red. Let's see if we can do this here. That's all white. Where the engine cover is, part of the engine cover back here is colored red, but it's mostly colored white. The back wing is colored black. Sides here are mainly colored Target logos, and they're all colored white. Beautiful colors. Beautiful car itself. Absolutely outstanding. Ratings for this car, absolute perfect 10. Beautiful Spark model here. They did a great job with this one. I highly recommend one of these models to you guys at home. Which one, though, that is completely up to you, because I got this one. I'm going to get the 07 one, which is the one that I just mentioned earlier that Scott Pruitt won in. Beautiful car. Going to get that one as well. This may not be the highest one on the list, to be honest with you, because like I said, the 07 one's probably the one I want to get. But it all depends on what team you rooted for back in those years. But for a Ganassi fan, especially for like my friend Lewis, this is a must-have in the collection. I imagine Dixon will see this and he'll sign this immediately. I probably should bring it to Sebring. I probably should bring it to Sebring to get Scott Dixon to sign it, because that would just be awesome. Anyways, guys, comment, like, and subscribe. And this is Race Day 29 reminding you to join the fight to stop bullying. It gets better. All the Diecast Kid is saying is give peace a chance.